2 weeks ago, my team challenged me to go and make $800 as fast as I could, and I gave myself 4 hours. Little did I know that the sale was not going to be the hardest part. So in this video today, I want to share with you everything I did and what I learned in the process of making money online using Google Maps. Let's go. So let's start with one of the most frequently asked questions by you guys, and that is, what services did I actually offer? Well, in my opinion, there are 3 types of services that you can offer. And the first one is one that I actually ended up giving away for free. This is one where you show these small business owners the opportunity that they're missing out. You show them that there are some low-hanging fruit with little effort and huge impact that they could take advantage of. And I decided to give this away for free because I wanted to build my authority. And yes, this is a free assessment that shows them what can they improve in order to make their Google business profile better and work for them to generate them leads and drive more traffic to their shop or to their website. And this is a great idea if you want to go ahead and do this longer term and build this into a side hustle or an online business, because you get their email address, and even if they don't want to work with you immediately, you can continue nurturing them, giving value, and at some point they likely will decide to work with you. The second type of service that you can consider is one that gets closer to the execution. I personally don't like it a lot, and this is because it does not get to the success story that I'm usually after. This is one where you don't guarantee the delivery, the quality of execution, and you don't guarantee results. It's a good one if you're at the beginning, and if you don't have enough authority, it allows you to open the door. And this is one where instead of giving them just the assessment, you write a full report including everything that they can do on their own. So this will work with maybe niches where the small business owner doesn't feel fully comfortable giving you access to their Google profile, which we're going to talk about in a second. So you can consider this type of a done with you service, for which you can charge a little bit more than for the assessment, but not as much as you will for the next one. The third type of service is the one that allows you to charge the most. This is a done for you type of service where you agree with the small business owner how to go ahead, and then you will do the work for them. It is going to give you full control over what you do, but that requires a lot more trust. So I'm gonna share with you in a couple minutes how I went about that, because I was at the beginning as well, and I didn't have the authority and the trust from those small business owners. But for this one, you can go ahead and charge more because you're doing the work for them. And the best part about this one is that you will have control over the results, which will then in turn allow you to upsell and get even more support offered to that small business owner, and maybe look into deeper SEO optimization for them and how you can fully get them their not just Google business profile, but their website ranking first in search for whatever niche they are targeting. Now, before we go into the details of what I did to actually deliver the service, which I know is going to give you a lot of clarity on how this all turned out, there is a question that so many people asked and that I want to clarify, because although one person got it right and he absolutely nailed it, there was a lot of confusion, and I think we cannot move on until you really get clarity on this one. And that is, why did I start a Fiverr account? Many people were saying, well, it's impossible to get so many leads and make 3 sales through Fiverr if you just started the account. And I agree with you. The reason why I started the Fiverr account was not to get leads just yet, but it was mostly to get paid, because I did not want to use my company bank account to charge them and sign invoices and all the complications. I wanted to do this separately because it was an experiment. Okay, so the reason why I had the Fiverr account open was simply to get paid. Now, do I suggest that you close it if you decide to only do cold calling? No. I think it's a great way for you to get more leads and tap into the huge potential that Fiverr has. So if you decide to start a Fiverr account, then go ahead and keep it so you can get an inflow of leads from Fiverr as well. Cold calling and Fiverr leads are 2 different streams of demand that you can have. Okay, so there is is no reason for one to have to cancel the other one, if you see what I mean. Next was definitely unexpected, and that is the delivery time. I mean, of course, I was completely new to this, so I should have expected that it was gonna take quite a while, but it took longer than I thought it would. So you asked me, how long did it take? It obviously didn't take 4 hours. It took much, much longer. With the first client, it takes probably 3 to 4 times longer than it should because you're just figuring things out. So in my case, it was, I don't know, ridiculous 8, 9, 10 hours. I lost track. It was a long time. And then by the third one, we got to maybe 3, 4 hours. And that's because the workaround that I found requires still a little bit of time. I think it can be optimized later on if I decided to do this longer term, but probably I won't. So I'll explain to you everything in detail, but just remember that getting the sale is not the entire time that you need to dedicate. So if it takes 4 hours to make $700, then your rate per hour is not 700 divided by 4. Because when you take into account all the time that you need to deliver, and if you want to do a great job, and if you want to build a strong relationship with that customer and be able to deliver to them other services and get them amazing results and get them to refer you to other businesses around them that could benefit from your services, then you probably will spend a little bit more time, especially in the beginning. The next question that I got again and again was, how did I do it? And obviously, I'm not gonna stand here and give you the entire rundown of the course that Google did, because they did a pretty decent job in explaining how to do everything. But I'm gonna explain some of the things that get asked the most, so you get a bit more clarity on how this actually happens. So question number 1 is, how do you claim the business for them? And essentially here, you need a Google account that you would then attach that business profile to. Ideally, it should be that business owner's Google account, Gmail account. And ideally, you would have access to that Gmail account, but that won't happen, especially at the beginning. So you need a workaround, and there's 2 ways that you could go around this. Number 1 is you can use your own Gmail to claim the business, and then you can transfer it to the owner in a couple of days later. Or you can do it with them on the phone with screen sharing and showing them how to do it step by step. And this allows them to have confidence that you are not going to do anything inappropriate with their Google account. And also it shows them that you can guide them through more than just these couple steps. So I've found that doing this with them on a call is the easiest, but you could also claim it for them and transfer it later on. It works as well. The most important thing to remember here is that you cannot trick a business into taking ownership over their Google business profile, because the way they will validate that it is actually your business is they are going to send a code through physical mail to that business. And the only way you can finalize the process is by having access to that code. The next question that a lot of people asked, and it's important to clarify, is related to what do you actually optimize for? And here, I did not come up with this. A lot of it I learned in the free Google course that I recommended you guys go through as well. It's just 42 minutes. And I also found an incredibly useful free resource online, and I'm gonna link that down below. And it tells you what is the ranking of the different factors that a Google business profile has that allow it to rank higher in search. So it's things like getting the primary category right, which is very, very important. It's things like keywords in the title that you want to optimize for. So you would need to do some research and figure out what are the right keywords that you want the business you're working with to have, not just in the title, because in the title you can only include the name of the business, you learn that in the course, but also in the body, in the description of the business. And then there's all of these things related to the rating that they have. So how many stars did they get? How many reviews did they get? How many pictures they have on their profile? But also things that you can't really influence much, which are are things like proximity to the point of search. So if somebody is searching for plumber near me, then you can't influence how close you are to the point where that person is searching for. But you can optimize for many others. So I'm gonna link below the list with the ranking of factors that you can use to look into and go literally one by one and try and optimize for. Now, the other trick that I've learned during those many hours while working for the first client is that there is a tool that you can use. You can install it as a Chrome extension and you can, let's say, model competitors. I'm not saying you should copy what the competitors are doing. And when I say competitors, I'm referring to the other plumbers that work around or in the area where, let's say, you're working with another plumbing company. So you would be looking at the other businesses that offer the same type of services within that area or region. This tool will give you a lot of insights about what is optimized about those profiles, and then you can model them so you allow your client to get the best results. I'm gonna link that one down below as well. It is called GMB Everywhere, and you can download it and include it in your Chrome browser as an extension. Now, obviously, if you want to go even further and maybe upsell these small businesses and establish a longer term partnership with them, you can help them to properly SEO, so optimize their online presence. And that could be not just for their Google business profile or Google My Business as people know it, but also for their entire website. And for both of them, there is so much knowledge out there in terms of how to do SEO, search engine optimization, that there is no time and no place in this video for me to go into details, but I'll say two things: backlinks and citations. If you decide to go in that direction and you do want to help those small businesses get better visibility in search, then you definitely want to look into backlinks and citations. And you can do that in, let's say, trustworthy ways and not so trustworthy ways. And again, I'm not a specialist, so I don't want to give you guys advice on how to do it, but be mindful that this could very quickly backfire. So if you do want to go there, do it thoughtfully, okay? Now, the other topic that was brought up a lot in the comments was related to cold calling. Some people were in favor, some people were not so much in favor. And it's true, cold calling is a skill. It's not easy. And even after doing thousands of this type of calls, sometimes I don't feel comfortable doing them either. And I wanted to show you guys the reality. I did not want to sugarcoat it or show you just me being successful calling them, because it's not true. And I believe that the reason why I'm here and the reason why I'm doing this is because I can show you what works and what doesn't work. So here are my tricks when it comes to cold calling. Number one is use a good hook. Those people don't know you, and you don't even know if they have a problem with whatever you want to sell them. And they're probably getting tens of calls every day or every week from somebody trying to sell them something. So you want to be relevant. And usually I ask them a question about something that I am pretty sure they care about. In this case, I asked them how many clients do they get through the door coming from Google Maps. And most of the time, either they didn't know or there weren't that many. So open the conversation with a good hook, typically a good question. Then establish your authority, explain to them why should they listen to you, and then get them to the next step. You don't want to sell them immediately. You want to get them to the next step, which is why I ended up giving them the assessment and getting an opportunity to talk to them later on in most cases. The most important thing when it comes to cold calling is to remember that it's a numbers game. You will not be successful with the first one, maybe not even the first 10, maybe not even the first 30, but you need to keep trying, because you're gonna get better and better and better with every single cold call you do. And then it'll become so easy. You'll start seeing patterns, and it's gonna be a lot smoother of a ride for you to get actual sales during the call itself. All right, you guys, that was it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that this was helpful and that it gave you even more confidence to go after this type of side hustle or online business if that's something you're interested in. I'm gonna link down below the free guide that I offered in that video as well. Go ahead and download it. There's absolutely no cost to it, and I detail there everything that I did. I'm giving you my script, I'm giving you the template for the assessment that I used, so you can download it and use it. It's my gift to you. Thank you again for watching. Until next time, go ahead and watch this video over here in case you didn't see the challenge, and I'll see you next time. Bye!